gonna welcome you to a very snowy, cold, wet, blustery day today. Anyway, I thought I'd do you a little video on how to be social when we're supposed to be social distancing. If you're like me and you get on really well with your neighbours, something like this might really be good for you. I'm not going to take full credit for it. I actually saw this on a YouTube, on a Facebook post, a picture that came up. I thought, what a great idea. If we're going to have another summer which is in lockdown, I want to be prepared and I want to be socially with my neighbours. You know, I want to enjoy barbecues and having a beer or whatever with them anyway. So I've made myself a fence panel bar. Anyway, I'm going to get in the workshop and you can see, I'm not going to get in the workshop at all because I've already made it because you see the damn thing. Right, so I'm going to stick around, have a watch how I made this thing and then catch up with me later. Well, what do you reckon on that then? Something really different, hey? As I say, this is in my own garden, which I've got to do an update for. I've had a few people asking me in the comments how it's all getting on. Well, you can't see a lot today, but big things have happened. A lot of things are growing. I've been bringing on a lot of plants which I've been taking from customers' houses and such. A lot of things have been growing on and everything as well. So this was just one little thing about it. I hope you really enjoyed the video, something really different. I'm going to swing the camera around and I'm just going to pan over a few bits that I'll do differently and just tell you about how I've made it. I'm going to show you some of the mistakes I made as well. So if you take on something like this, then hopefully you wouldn't make the same mistakes. So on the whole, I'm really chuffed with it, and I'm going to add that I paid for the 4 locks, each of those. I think I paid about £1.20 for those. These hinges are all off of old gates, you know, when I've done works and whatever. All this timber was left over from previous jobs. Same with the bottom and the side pieces. They were all left over scrap timber, so it's been paid for at some point, but it's nothing really. So I want one bit of chain, so we've got one bolt here, another one bolt there. Now I did buy one length of this thin chain, which I think was about £3.50 at Toolstation. Fistful of screws. This chain I actually took off of a job. Again, these are all things I save, all these sort of things. So let me talk about why we're up here. These carabiners I had left over when I was shackling down some security ladders. That's what it was. I used it to tighten up the chain before shackling. Anyway, I've done these onto this loop, so if this was to accidentally fall, this is going to catch it. This is a nice strong chain. It's not going to pull out of there, it's not going to pull off, because that's screwed into there and that's bolted into the wall. And as for this, you saw I drilled through up here and created a new hole. This one I went through with a coach bolt. Now these ones can be unhooked and could come off, so that could fail as such, but that's definitely not. These came off the sunken trampoline over there, because it wasn't a sunken trampoline, it was a normal trampoline which I modified, so that sits underneath there. It's just an extra bit of security. We've both got kids and it's just a little bit, I mean, just to show you how strong that is. That's my weight on there. I wouldn't want to do that without that pole in. Now we've got one each, because I've got a decking here so it's slightly higher, so I've got one each. I've put this up and down loads of times, and this hasn't rolled off here yet, so that's pretty good. But I might just get some of those plastic pipe things, and you can just clip them on, and you can just, I could, if I wanted to, undo his side with his bolt there, and the same over there. But this option gives us both an area if I was going to do a barbecue that I could use, and if we want to be sociable, pop his side down as well. So other than time, effort, I suppose if you're gonna make this, you'll be looking around, I don't know, £150 mark I would have thought in materials. And of course, if I fell out with the neighbours, or if they moved or whatever, I can easily just slip this out and put a 6-foot panel back in. No real loss there. Of course I could have done it in feather edge, but I had to turn the groove. I think it looks rather nice. So the things that oh, it's not this side, it's this side. I'm going to show you. I've gone a little bit wayward with the saw. bigger at the top than it is at the bottom. But I cut this when I was outside, and to be honest, my hands were freaking freezing as they are now. We've had this really easterly wind and it's just absolutely cold. So I should have done that in the workshop, but I did it outside and I was a little bit rushing with it. But, you know, show these things warts and all. Anyway, I'm going to go off. I'm going to share a hot chocolate with my next door neighbour. Thanks very much for watching. Catch up again soon. Cheers.